Welcome to Beerstories from Beerstory Brewhouse. In this video I'm going to compare oxidation of a heavily hopped IPA from kegs compared to bottles and different ways to store them. This beer is from my keg. I use that yellow new O-ring from Kegging that allows 20 times less oxygen to get back in your keg, even though it's pressurized. The beer is the same beer. It's 2 months old, and the one from my keezer, from my keg, is still fresh. It tastes great. It's a big hoppy IPA, 20 grams per liter in the dry hop. It's a fantastic beer, and I've been enjoying it for 2 months, and I haven't touched any of the bottles. This one was sugar carbonated, kept in the fridge. This one was filled with a counter pressure filler, kept in the fridge. This one the same, but I used an oxygen scrubbing cap. Of course, they were capped on foam. This one was the same, but it was stored warm. These were cold. Of course, my keezer is cold too. And this one, it just tastes fantastic. Yeah, really, really great. Maybe there's a slight difference in color, but the aroma is still hoppy in this beer. Maybe there's a little bit of a difference here. Maybe it's because I know that this one was counter pressure filled, this one was sugar carbonated and should scrub the oxygen that way. No, they taste the same. In the aroma, I think I could tell them apart, but I probably can't. So these are still good. The one with the oxygen scrubbing cap smells just the same. Yeah, it's the same as the two others. There's no difference here. These beers are the same. This one is a bit more juicy. I think the clarity is the same, or the haze is the same. But somehow the mouthfeel is better, and but yeah, I can't really explain that, but the juiciness is just a little bit better in the keg. Yeah, but the flavor is the same. So these beers are basically the same. They aren't really oxidized. They don't feel stale even after 2 months. That's a long time for a IPA. After 3, I think they peak after 2 weeks, and then from 2 to 4 weeks they are at their peak, and from 2 to 6 weeks they begin to lose a little bit. After 6 weeks, it's not a fresh beer. I just did a video with the warm stored beers just before this video. I'm not gonna taste this beer because it is not good. It tastes a bit stale. It's not really that oxidized. It doesn't taste sweet. I had another beer that I didn't cap on foam in that experiment, and that was awful. It was overly sweet, it was stale, it was cardboardy and stuff like that. This one wasn't that bad, but it's bad enough that I'm not gonna drink it again. For every, I think it's 15 degrees, you lower your temperature, you're gonna reduce the oxidation by 100% or something like that. So keeping your beer at room temperature compared to 5 degrees Celsius in the fridge makes a huge difference. Hoppy beers, store them cold, store them out of light, drink them fresh. That's what I'm gonna take out of this experiment. And I'm also gonna keep him in my keg. And I'm gonna use the yellow O-ring from Keggland. Yeah, basically that was it. That's what I learned from this experiment. Yeah. But store your beer cold. It's not rocket science. I guess most people knew that, but really, really store your beer cold. It makes a huge difference. This beer is a totally different beer. It sucks big time. I've actually bought a dissolved oxidant meter and I tried to measure these, and they were all the same, and I thought, it doesn't work. Don't use any money on this. But then I got to think that if any oxidant were in these beers, it has probably reacted to some components in there, to the hops and stuff like that, to the manganese and to the iron and the copper, so that it's not dissolved anymore. And that's why I can measure it with a DO. Or it doesn't work, but it was not cheap, so I think it sucks if it doesn't work. But anyway, store beer cold, put them in a keg, enjoy from a keg. If you want to give away some beers, counter pressure from the keg and serve it fresh. Give a bottle, give it the person the bottle as fresh as possible. Make them drink it fast. The only beers I'm gonna bottle carbonate and store in bottles is dark, strong beers from now on. They can handle the oxidation. It would actually make them better. So that's what I'm taking away from this. Store beer cold, only dark, strong beers in bottles, rest all hoppy beers in kegs and lagers as well. I guess that was it. If you have any questions, write to me. Other than that, just have a happy brewing out there.